All right. We're getting reports that Republican Congressman Trent Franks from Arizona is about to resign, possibly over inappropriate behavior. We'll bring you any developments when they come. Anyway, President Obama still has Trump on his mind. Tuesday, he spoke to the Economic Club of Chicago, where Crain's columnist Greg Huns noted a startling comparison of Trump to Hitler. Huns paraphrases what he heard President Obama say. We have to tend to this garden of democracy or else things could fall apart quickly. That's what happened in Germany in the 1930s, which despite the democracy of the Weimar Republic and centuries of high-level cultural and scientific achievements, Adolf Hitler rose to dominate. 60 million people died, so you got to pay attention and vote. So, Nazi Germany, here we come. Now, he said this just hours before Trump recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital, which makes Donald Trump a pretty weak Nazi.
The worst one.
Yeah, the worst one ever. And after America had just decimated ISIS, the worst group of fascists since the Nazis. So we aren't becoming Nazis, we're stopping Nazis. But this is what liberals do, comparing adversaries to Hitler. But Obama's right. If you stop paying attention, anything could happen. You could elect an inexperienced senator from Illinois who relentlessly expands executive power with a phone and a pen, a radical progressive just a stone's throw from Stalinism, which killed over 100 million people. See how easy this stupid little game is? So as Obama indulges lazy tropes, he ignores the crushing of ISIS, a free press that's now louder than ever, and a federal government whose reach and size may be shrinking for once. Because, of course, that's what dictators do. They shrink government. Oof. If that's Nazi Germany, someone slept through history class. Can we call a moratorium on Hitler comparisons, Juan?
Yeah.
Okay, good. There.
Done.
Excellent. We'll be right back.
Three.
Up next, one more, a 12-minute, one more thing.
Just tossed a special report.
I will say, I thought what he said about paying attention and voting, boy, that's good. That's important for Democrats, especially going into midterms. So
that's important for everybody, but you don't need Hitler.
Well, the thing about it is he didn't mention Trump's name, but he gave every indication, like all these guys do, that he's talking about Trump.
Yes.
And when you look at what Trump's doing, you talk about, smaller government.
Don't do it.
Oh, my gosh.
No. Wait, yeah, right. Smaller government.
Yeah, but when you look at what Trump's doing in terms of regulation and things like this week, taking away federal parkland and so forth, a lot of people get upset.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it would have been better if, well, it's better for any president to try to pass something through Congress, because that's how our system works, that you can then have it more enshrined in law rather than having a pen and a phone. Then the next president also has a pen and a phone, and those things get rolled back.
I don't think too many people roll back federal parklands.
Yeah. Just giving it back to the people. It was a land grab.
By the way, there are a lot of bears in those parks. Those places aren't safe.
That's why you stay out of them?
I stay out of the parks.
That's one reason.
Actually, I've been told I'm not allowed in the parks.
It's a restraining order.
Yes. All right. So, Jesse, the thing that kills me about this conversation is that it ignores a central truth, that the press has never been more alive because of Trump. They were comatose under Obama because that was their guy. That was their benign emperor. So now they're shouting and shouting. Isn't that a good thing? Shouldn't they rejoice?
Yeah, I mean, they're all getting rich, and that's fine. That's democracy and capitalism. But this is a case study in media bias. Imagine if Bush, on the first year, came out overseas and called Obama Hitler. I mean, that would be a huge story, and now the press is covering up for this. You're not going to hear it anywhere, probably except here on the 5. Also, I thought Obama was better than this. To compare his predecessor to Adolf Hitler.
No, the successor.
The successor to Adolf Hitler? Horrible, horrible. Just demeaning beneath him. I thought he was better than this. I guess I was wrong. I'm not often wrong, but I guess I am.
Oh, my God.
He's as bitter as the bitter clingers he smeared earlier on in 2008. And there's a reason he's so bitter, Juan. It's because his legacy is being dismembered limb from limb. They're about to revoke the mandate. The Iran deal's in the crosshairs. The year he leaves office, the economy starts surging. And ISIS is being decimated. So I understand why he's angry, but that was just a horrific comparison.
Oh, yeah? You should look at his numbers versus Trump's numbers some days. If you just think...
Popularity means nothing when you're out of office.
Very good. That's right. Okay.
KG.
That's a good thing for a Trump backer to say.
Talk to me in 8 years.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sure his poll numbers will be just fine.
Because Jesse's really never, rarely, if ever, wrong.
99.9%.
He was wrong. He was wrong once, but then
I don't
he
want
was
to
mistaken.
think what I look like in 8 years and 5. I'm going to be so fat. Fat and bald. I'll be fat, bald, and angry.
Wait, when? Now?
You're not losing your hair at all.
No, actually, I think it's coming back.
It was thinning a little in the
Yes.
front.
Then I
and
started
it's,
eating a lot of
coming
bacon.
back. Yeah.
I find that bacon, rubbing it into your head.
All the pig fat has really helped to stimulate the production in your scalp.
It's a swine shine.
You know what you should do? You should ask Kimberly for some of her hair.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, this is true.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about President Obama.
Hitler.
Back to Hitler.
Back to Hitler.
No, President Obama, and I said to myself, how long would it take for him to try to take credit for the Trump economy? Because he's like Jesse, very good at saying, I was right, or this, I'm responsible for this, and I'm number one, right?
Yeah.
It's really true. He's got, let's say, a healthy sense of himself.
It's a gift.
Right.
And, of course, he wants to take credit for, President Trump's accomplishments. But, that's fine. As long as the country is going ahead, I'm fine with the results speak for themselves.